The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue this same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus. The tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The flexor digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions.
Hello, good morning. We are ready to go for our total body day. Our total body experience means we are working each component of the body, so compound movements, upper body, lower body, through the day. So that's going to consist of 4 rounds. Each round has 6 exercises, and we're going to go through the exercises at about 40 seconds and then have a short break and move right into the next one. So between each round, you'll get a minute break, and then we will be done, okay? So first, let's start with our I dedicates. Up top, that bar is going to stay there for the duration of the workout, so feel free between rounds especially to rededicate these individuals, being Lori's mom, who's doing dialysis 3 times a week, Ethan with his stage 4 liver and bile duct cancer, my friend's wife with breast cancer, Kira, continue to press strength over her, and then Jim, Kira's dad, through his pancreatic cancer, Diane, a client of mine who lost her husband a few weeks ago, And then Mark, through his kidney stones, hopefully he can get back into the field and finish up his harvest. So that is our I Dedicates. Remember, if you at home have anyone that you would like dedicated, please let us know. Just leave a comment down below, and we would love to add them to our board to make sure that we pray for them, okay? Our verse of the day: "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. According to his great mercy, he has caused us to be born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead." 1 Peter 1:3. I love the phrase living hope. Our hope is not dead. It is alive and living, and that is found in Jesus Christ. And that is just so beautiful. It's so powerful. It's just something really fun, really cool to know that that's what we live for and abide in. Let's go ahead and jump to our workout. These are the tools you'll need for today's workout.
Get ready.
Okay, then we can get started with that warm-up. Start those small circles, right? Moving those shoulders with it, right? And so today we are going to be thinking about how do we create all of the previous week's movement capacities, right? So how do we keep our core tight? How do we move our shoulders with the shoulders out of the ears? And so when we push or pull. And then when we are using our legs especially, we want to get the butt cheeks really tight, like we're pinching a penny in place. Okay, so think about that through each one of these movements. If you have any questions about how to change the exercises in order to make it more beneficial for you, please let me know. Would love to get back to you on that and help you through this workout so you can get the absolute most out of this as possible. Okay, good internal and external rotations. Remember, this is where we want to start feeling the position of our shoulders. So we're not just moving our hands. I actually want you to move the shoulders. Pull them back, roll them forward. Feel how much difference there is between those. Okay? So whole point of this one is that the shoulders go through range of motion. Start feeling it up. Just whenever. Don't like to stop your day. All right, good leg swings. Remember, in and out. Let that joint get lubricated a little bit. Keep those shoulders out of the ears as we prepare. Once we finish these, we'll go into those hip flexor stretches. Nice and tall, tuck your butt cheek, get that back leg nice and tight. Good core compression, because with that core being tight, your butt's not going to be able to, stick out backwards. You want to tuck under. Use that core and butt, create that flex. So that back leg, when that knee is straight, you're going to open the front of that hip. 1, 2, 3, up and switch. Back knee straight, tuck, hold that core tight.
3, 2,
Good.
1. Get ready for row squats.
Row squats. That just simply means we're using our legs to squat
3,
and row with
2,
our upper body.
1. Row squats.
If you have bands, especially bands connected, you get to squat down, reach, stand and pull. Okay, the whole while when I pull through a band especially, I want to keep my shoulders behind my ears. Okay, so I'm not taking my elbows way past my shoulders. Okay, it's about keeping the shoulders down and back.
That's halfway.
Through the pull. Sit and reach, stand and pull. Okay. Good tight squeeze. Shoulders down, back, down, back, down, back. Your best. All the way
3,
through.
2, 1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Chest press lunge. Stay nice and tall. Shoulder blades down and back.
3,
As you lunge,
2, 1. Chest press lunge.
try to stay nice and tall. Anytime we get into a lunge position, we want to use both legs. So a lot of times I'll see a lunge where the body's forward, right? I don't want the body forward. I want the body over the hips so you can use both legs to stand up. Okay, you're straightening both knees to lift your body back up.
That's halfway.
Very good. Again, as always, just doing your best to create good quality movements. That means you're using your butt, your belly, and your bra strap, right? Get those shoulder blades down and back, nice and firm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
Hammer curl good
3,
mornings.
2, 1. Hammer curl good mornings.
Reaching your butt behind you, that's the good morning. Okay. Slide your butt back to the wall behind you, stand up tall. As you squeeze that hammer curl, don't let the weight pull your shoulders forward. Okay, keep those shoulders
That's
in
halfway.
position, staying tall. Again, you don't want to hit your face on the table in front of you. Okay? Should be the belly to the table in front of you. Okay, put your belly on that table, but keep your head off that table. Okay?
3,
Good, good,
2,
good.
1. Transition to step up overhead press.
Okay, step up overhead press. Your best as you
3,
go through the motion.
2,
Okay?
1. Step up overhead press.
Tall and tight. Tall and tight. Squeeze nice and firm. Core compressed, shoulders down and back.
That's halfway.
Your best. Good core compression, shoulders down and back. Very good. Awesome.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
Good tricep press down, straight elbows, lock the
3,
backs of those
2,
arms.
1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Good, good, good. Stay tall.
That's
Good
halfway.
core compression. Shoulders down and back. Tight squeezes. Shoulders down and back.
3,
Almost done.
2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Good. Okay, hamstring curl pull aparts. Last one for round 1. That's just how fast it goes. So do your best to pull through those knees.
3, 2, 1. Hamstring curl pull aparts.
And bend those knees, pull those heels really, really hard. Doing your best to create a tight squeeze. Working the backs of your legs. Okay, it should be tight. Okay, then 2, stay tall through those shoulders. When I say bra strap, unclip the bra strap with your shoulder
That's
blade.
halfway.
Down and back. Okay, think like suspenders. Okay, goes diagonally from the shoulder down to the opposite hip. That's what we want to do with the shoulders. Take it down and back to the opposite hip. Tuck them into the pockets.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
Good. All right, long rest. So go ahead and grab a drink, take a little break, and then we will get back to round 2. As we go through rounds 2, 3, and 4, I want you to think this is a progressive load. So it should get harder as you go. Okay? Make your body work. Your challenge is the only determinant of the kind of change that you will get. Okay? It's not the time, it's how much challenge do you put yourself under. Okay, so challenge your body, make it work.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready for row squats.
Okay, get ready for the row squats. Again, as you sit down, okay, if you're leaning against the wall, you're actively pushing your feet down.
Row squats.
Okay, so you go down just as far as you can into that squat position. Press into the floor like you're sliding your body up. I don't want you passively falling to the floor. Then, core compressed. Low back should be flat against the wall. Shoulder blades down and back. Nice and tight. Do your best.
That's halfway.
All the way through. All the way through. Squeeze. Tight, 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 tight. Your best. Marsha.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Good. Ready for the chest press lunge. Get nice and tall. Again, you're driving through the elbows, popping a beach ball.
3,
Okay?
2, 1. Chest press lunge.
This is not just about the hands. Okay? It's about driving your elbows and squeezing to the center of your chest. Pop that beach ball. Good. Tight squeezes. Core compressed. Firm, firm, firm. Your best all the
That's
way
halfway.
through. Awesome.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
Good. Hammer curl good mornings. Again, horizontal movement of the hips. You want to be reaching your butt back. Okay, belly goes onto the table
3,
in front of you, but your
2,
face does
1.
not.
Hammer curl good
Not
mornings.
dropping my head down below my belly. I keep my spine straight. Squeeze up. Tight compression. Core, core, core. Good, firm.
That's
firm
halfway.
Squeeze. Core compress hard. Do your absolute best. Awesome.
3, 2, 1. Transition to step up overhead press.
Step up overhead press. As you step, do not hike your hips, okay? We shouldn't be doing this little samba dance, okay?
3,
To be firm,
2,
compress,
1.
lift,
Step up
push.
overhead press.
Okay, so if you're using stairs at home, able to create that movement up and down, make sure you stay tight all the way through it. Your best. Good, good, good.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Again, working through it. Good position, core tight, shoulders
3,
down and back.
2, 1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
Good, tricep press down, step back lunge.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Remember, stay tall. Super compressed, core tight, shoulders down and back.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. Tight core, tight core. Doing your best. Awesome work.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Good. Hamstring curl pull aparts. Remember, stay tall, core compressed, shoulders down and back.
3,
Do your
2,
best.
1. Hamstring curl pull aparts.
Good, tall, tight, core tight, core tight. Good work. Almost there.
That's halfway.
Pull through it. Firm, firm, firm. Nice compression. Doing your absolute best. Very good. Almost there.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
Very, very good work. 2 rounds down, 2 to go. Remember, continue to do your best, but also continue to create a bigger challenge, right? Create more demand, so your body has to work harder through the movements.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready for row squats.
Squat rows.
3, 2, 1. Row squats.
Good.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to chest press lunge. 3, 2, 1. Chest press lunge. That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl. Good mornings.
Good job, hammer curl, good morning. So remember, push your butt backwards at the hips.
3, 2,
Drive back.
1. Hammer curl. Good mornings.
I want you to think, keep your head as far behind your shoulders as you can. Right? Because for most of us, we're already forward. Okay? So I highly doubt
That's
we'll get to a
halfway.
point where you're in so much hyperextension and it's bad for you. Okay? What you feel like is hyperextension probably puts you pretty close to normal. Right? Now, if you actually get to a point where your head is really behind your shoulders and you are arching your back, then yeah, maybe we have a problem.
3,
Right?
2, 1. Transition to step up overhead press.
Step up overhead presses. So press that core, stay nice and tall. Shoulders down and back.
3, 2, 1. Step up overhead press.
Again, don't hike your hips. Okay? I don't want to see your hips shifting up.
That's halfway. Three, 2,
Good.
1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
Awesome. Good. Tricep press downs. So straighten those elbows. Try to get really tight. Remember, don't roll the shoulders forward when
3,
you do tricep.
2,
Okay, so
1.
when your hands are against
Tricep press
yourself,
down step
you're
back
straightening
lunge.
your arms. You want to take those shoulders down and back. Okay, so you're thinking stab the wall behind you. Okay, straight elbows. Firm core compression.
That's halfway.
Nice tight squeeze. Your absolute best, your best.
Three, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Okay, hamstring curl pull apart. So you're bending those knees, pulling hard, and then rip apart that towel or band. Whether you're doing straight arms
3,
or external
2,
rotations,
1.
doesn't matter.
Hamstring curl pull aparts.
Shoulders down and back. Okay, get them out of the ears.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. Core compress, shoulders down and back. Your best.
Three, 2,
Good.
1. Long rest.
Awesome. Very good work. One more to go. So almost done. Since it's almost done, work really hard through the last one. Never happy. I'm only happy when you finish. And when you show up. 2 times I'm happy. Very good work, okay? Really
3,
think about
2,
your butt, your belly, and
1.
your bra strap.
Get ready for row squats.
Okay? Prepare for the exercises, right? Thinking through, how do I connect my brain to my muscle tissue? If you're pulling with more resistance or you're pulling faster,
3,
make sure
2,
you work
1.
through that.
Row
right?
squats.
Very good.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. You gotta stay tall, tight, tall, tight. Core compressed, shoulders down and back. Working hard through it every round.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Okay. Chest press lunge.
Three, 2, 1.
Remember, be tall
Chest press lunge.
through it. Okay, your lunges, you shouldn't be leaning forward. Okay, stay tall. I say ride the elevator, not the escalator. Okay, straight down, push up. Okay, straight down, push up. And not forward glide.
That's halfway.
Up. Okay, when you lean forward, you're going to be loading that front knee more, making it more difficult to try to stand up. So we want efficient movements, right? Make it as efficient as possible. To do that, you need your strong butt,
3,
strong
2,
gut.
1. Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
I guess I could say butt, belly, back. But with 3Ds, right? I suppose not every guy wears a bra.
3, 2, 1. Hammer curl good mornings.
Good hammer curls. Push your hips backwards. Squeeze your butt cheeks standing up nice and tall. And shoulder blades down and back. Doing your absolute best all the way through. Morning, Nell.
Hey, morning,
Good, good,
That's
good.
halfway.
Tight squeeze. Awesome. And keep that spine flat. Right? You're not reaching for the floor. That's a big mistake on this one. Thinking, oh, I gotta
3,
touch the floor.
2,
And stand
1.
up. It's not what we're
Transition
doing.
to step up overhead press.
Here we go. Step up overhead press.
Three, 2,
If you're using
1.
a step, make sure
Step
you're
up
not
overhead press.
hiking your hip to push. Okay, you want to stay as straight as possible at the waist. Okay, that waist shouldn't be shifting underneath, and that comes from keeping the core tight. Good compression all the way through.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good.
Three, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
Couple more, Marcia. Almost there. Then comes the best part of your workout week.
3,
The non-workout weekend.
1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Very good. Remember, stay tall, keep your body over your hips. Right? Your shoulders and hips should be straight up and down. Okay? I don't want the shoulders leaning over the hips. Stay tall,
That's halfway.
stay tight, core compressed. Very good. Awesome. Again, your absolute best all the way through. Squeeze nice and tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Hamstring curl pull apart. So sit tall
3,
if you're sitting,
2,
shoulders down and
1.
back. Core
Hamstring
compressed.
curl pull aparts.
Squeeze really firm. Your best all the way through. Squeeze tight, tight, tight.
That's halfway.
Good. Shoulder blades down back. Pull hard. Drive those heels. Bend those knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
3, 2, 1. Way to be rock stars.
Awesome. All right. Well, very, very good work, everyone. So glad you were able to make it today and we could get that workout in. Remember, we will be back at it Monday morning. That's what we always do. And we are here to help you move well and live well. Remember, if you have not yet, please do hit the red subscribe button. So that way you can be notified each time that we go live, so you can get the most out of your better body movement workouts. Okay? I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday.
Carpal tunnel syndrome commonly is caused by forearm muscles that get overly tight and create compression on your carpals. We will start by working through the extensor digitorum, the extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis, and extensor carpi ulnaris. Start with a lacrosse ball on the upper part of the forearm. Fist and squeeze the knuckles up. The muscles will tighten in the upper part of the forearm near the elbow. Press down with the lacrosse ball and flex the wrist. Release the pressure on the lacrosse ball, returning the wrist to extension or knuckles up. Repeat this process multiple times over the top side of the forearm in the extensors of the wrist. Do this at a brisk pace. An additional way to work this muscle tissue is by using your own forearm. Locate the flexors of the wrist by squeezing the knuckles up. Lay your arm across your knees and press your elbow into the tissue. Repeat, knuckles up, pressure on, knuckles down, pressure off. Continue this process through the muscle on the top of the forearm. The next group of muscle tissue that creates more pressure on the carpals as well is on the inside of the forearm. These are called the flexor carpi radialis and ulnaris and palmaris longus. Using a technique like the extensors, start with an open palm, flexing your fingers towards the elbow as far as you can. After you put pressure down on the muscle tissue, using your opposite elbow, open your hand, pointing your fingers to the floor as far as you possibly can. Lift the pressure, flex the wrist, bringing the fingers to the starting position. Continue this process for roughly 30 seconds in multiple spots, working briskly. The next area to focus on is the retinaculum. This is a ligamentous band around the wrist that keeps the tendons close to the bone. Oftentimes, the tendons underneath the retinaculum get adhered and make it very painful within the carpals themselves. Focusing on the retinaculum, glide the thumb up and down the entire band, spanning from the mid-wrist all the way into the base of the hand. Work vigorously with firm pressure for 30 seconds in order to break adhesions that lie deep within the carpals. Now it's time to perform a joint mobilization. You can see there are several bones that make up the carpal area of the wrist. We want to simply restore some range of motion to the carpals. Using your opposite hand, create a tight squeeze around the wrist and drag the hand away from the elbow as you hold the wrist. Begin to rotate the wrist in a big circle. Continue mobilizing the wrist for 30 seconds. Now we're going to create a stretch that's going to help the nerves communicate with the wrist. Sitting in a chair, press the shoulder down towards the floor. Rotate the thumb and wrist backwards, then flex the wrist and fingers up to the ceiling. Create a neural glide by looking down and away from that arm. Continue to perform this stretch 30 to 60 seconds. To begin working the muscles that are most affected by de Quervain's, hold your hand with your thumb straight up in the air. Then locate the tendon that is most superficial or on top of the wrist. This tendon will be controlled by a muscle that runs up the arm towards the elbow. I want you to contract the muscle tissue by flexing your wrist up and down while you press into the muscle tissue with your thumb. If this is too difficult to use your thumb, grab a lacrosse ball and place pressure directly onto the forearm using the palm of your hand. Remember to create this contraction 7 to 10 times, pressing straight into the muscle tissue near the elbow. Next, we are going to run pressure from the wrist up the forearm towards the elbow, creating a firm pressure, driving up and stretching the tissue. Again, we can use the lacrosse ball and just roll up the arm, creating a release of that tissue.